Well, they're the hard-working truckies forced to drive potential death traps on our roads and highways. Tonight, the crackdown to get dangerous rigs off the road.
Look, with any business, it's to do with costs.
What's the cost of a life? How can you put a price on a life?
The drivers are being forced off the road and literally into the funeral parlours of this country.
Drivers are asked to do the wrong thing most of the time.
They're the 40-tonne death traps.
It's just stuff that causes fatals.
Dangerous loads not secured and overloaded.
This little rigid carrying the pipes is about 3.5 tonne overweight.
Shonky steering.
Needs to be towed away. It's not far off completely shearing and having no steering.
Busted brake pedals.
So the movement there, side to side, that's excessive.
No brakes.
We had no brakes at all on the right-hand rear.
This one's off the road.
Dodgy DIY jobs.
So the whole seat could come out?
Absolutely. That's grounded.
Torn tyres, rusted interiors, loose parts leaking.
There's several oil leaks, there's a diesel leak. The driver's seatbelt doesn't retract.
Our truckies are being asked to drive the rogue vehicles.
They're extremely heavy, and when they try to stop, they just won't stop.
And you're sharing the roads with them.
Consequences are often catastrophic.
Yeah, out of gear, all brakes off, you're not going to go anywhere.
A Current Affair joins a major campaign to make Australian roads safer.
All right, so we're going down now to have a look and see if we've got any oil leaks or broken steering or loose suspension.
Safer for the lives of our truckies and safer for all of us.
Just a random check.
A staggering 90% of the trucks targeted and put under the microscope have defects.
What have we got here, Pete?
This is a shocker release.
Peter Irvin from Vic Roads Transport Safety Service is appalled by this example.
It's about 4 tonne too much for this truck.
And the tyres are carrying all that weight and not looking like they're coping.
No, they're not far off bursting.
What's more, the concrete pipes are unsecured. If the driver had to brake suddenly, the tyres would burst and the cargo would roll off, causing a disaster.
Look how loose that is.
The vehicle's not going anywhere, it's grounded, it's got to be rectified, the load, okay.
If the trucks don't pass the test, they're slapped with a defective vehicle notice. Best case scenario, they've got 7 days to get a roadworthy. Worst case scenario, the truck is towed right off the road.
Off the road today.
Anthony Harris, Vic Roads Transport Safety Service Officer, says the fact the milk tanker's patched with gaffer tape is alarming enough, but the list of mechanical defects on the prime mover is frightening.
Second and third axles on the prime mover have braking balance issues, so we've got a different braking force left, we've got a right wheel.
Off the road?
It will be today, yes.
As are these shockers.
Phillips head screw over there just to try and secure it back to the floor.
So the whole seat could come out and
Absolutely.
crash?
Yep.
And it looks like this one may have a diesel leak. It's up in here, so the drops forming on the bottom of this silver object.
Right. So would that leak make it unroadworthy?
Yes, yeah.
Good to see, because there's a few blokes out there that let their maintenance go. Let little things go, but little things turn into big things.
Often you'll find in an operation such as this, drivers will actually voluntarily present their trucks because they know that they have had faults with them, and the owners are reluctant to fix them.
Sergeant Graham Callaghan is from Victoria Police, who's joined forces with Vic Roads for the operation.
If they can run the repair out of a particular vehicle a little bit longer, they run the gauntlet with that, and it all comes down to costs and cost savings.
Cost savings that's costing lives, like that of truck driver John Posnikidis.
It was an horrendous freeway crash.
I used to always say to him, drive safe, John. Come back safely.
But John never made it home. His surviving sister Sue.
His truck kept breaking down every so often. His last night, his truck broke down and he was left on the freeway all night.
While waiting for his own truck to be fixed outside Adelaide, John was struck and killed by a semi-trailer hurtling towards him at 126 kilometres an hour, its brakes smoking. The truck driver was given a 5-month suspended sentence. The coroner's report also blamed insufficient rest due to the need for the delivery deadline to be met, and the fact the braking system of the trailer was in extremely poor condition prior to the collision.
It's not their fault they're in trucks that aren't maintained properly. They get put into those trucks, they get put under a lot of pressure, and it's just not fair to them and to the public.
Just thought I was dead. pretty much.
Michael Slag has been left a tetraplegic after an horrific smash in country New South Wales.
Well, I'm rated as 90%, or a bit over, disabled. It's been a battle the whole time.
While an official report said there was no mechanical defect or failure with the vehicle, it goes on to say the ABS had been disconnected for a considerable time prior to the collision. Michael is convinced some trucking companies skip on maintenance to save a buck.
Some of the parts are only $50 to buy, and yeah, it's wrong.
It's a recipe for disaster as it stands at the moment.
Tony Sheldon, National Secretary of the Transport Workers Union, reckons freight costs go down while companies' profits soar.
The only way we can fix it is by turning around and making sure that we have proper economic accountability for the tops of the supply chain, those billion-dollar companies that are making all the money literally off the backs of people being slaughtered.
Another fix, banishing unroadworthy heavy vehicles from our roads.
Australia lives on trucks, Australia survives on trucks and the transport industry.
So they've got to be safe.
Got to be.
Police and road safety groups plan more random highway stings around the country in coming months.